As Donald Trump's one big beautiful bill inches closer and closer to becoming our very sad reality here in the United States, it's important to remember what public health experts had warned us about months ago with regard to the bill. A couple months ago, I think it was back in May, you had a group of public policy and public health experts from Yale who all signed on to a letter that was, of course, sent to Bernie Sanders and Democratic Senator Ron Wyden, urging them to get rid of this legislation, to not let it become a reality. They reached out to those two because they figured they were the two most likely to get on that side, and they were, obviously. Many others were as well, by the way, every Democrat. But they also pointed out the fact that based on the different cuts throughout this legislation, we would be looking at, to start, 51,000 additional American deaths per year. And that number, they said, would continue to go up every year. The most obvious reason why people would die is because they would lose their Medicaid coverage, right? It's estimated that at least 12 million people will be losing their Medicaid coverage. As many as 15 million could lose it. So those people can't go to the doctor. If they get sick, if they notice something weird, if they notice a lump, a growth, a weird mole that seems to be changing shape, they may just write it off as, no, this is a normal part of aging. I'm not going to go and spend $500 to visit a doctor. And even if they did, they wouldn't be able to afford treatment for whatever is wrong with them. So we are talking about thousands and thousands of people each year dying from causes that could have been prevented had they just been able to go to the doctor. These people will now be dead. That is what the public health experts are telling us with this bill that is about to become a reality. But it's not just the Medicaid cuts, by the way, folks. There's other provisions of the bill that are going to prove lethal. It cuts off subsidies for low-income people to get heating and cooling assistance in the summer and winter. I'm currently in Arizona. It's 113 degrees right now. Like, it's morning and it's 113 degrees, okay? If people in this area are not able to cool themselves down because they can't afford to run an air conditioner, they'll die in this heat. Especially if you're, a young infant, an elderly individual, somebody who, their body is not quite, up to par, they'll die. Same thing goes in the winter. When we hit parts of the country that are in the zeros or teens, if you can't heat your house, you will die. We saw that happen in Texas during the big freeze when Ted Cruz skedaddled down to Mexico. So there's all sorts of different provisions in this bill that will kill people. Not might kill people, not could kill people, will kill people. 51,000 a year to start. And those are 51,000 people that the Republican Party is now sacrificing just to give millionaires and billionaires a tax break. And in case you don't remember, because I mentioned this recently, do you know how much they're saving in taxes off their yearly income? 1.5%. 1.5%. If we didn't pass this legislation, that is how much their taxes would increase, 1.5%. Passing this legislation, means their taxes just don't go up or down. It just remains what it's been since the end of 2017. So we're going to kill 51,000 people a year just to give a little bit more money to the wealthy elite. These 51,000 people are being sacrificed. In the future, 100, 200 years in the future, people will look back and that is what this will be called. They're going to look at it just as they did ancient civilizations sacrificing the children to appease the volcano gods. Well, we're sacrificing the children to appease the millionaires and billionaires. It's no different. that is how historians will view us. Barbaric, archaic, and completely lacking any understanding of how the world is supposed to work. Thanks for watching, everybody, and if you're not already, please subscribe to the channel. We got fresh content every day for you. And if you want to follow us across social media, make sure you check out all of the social links that we have posted in the description of this video.